I'm trying to sit out here and be somewhat supportive, but girl, I hate anything to do with running. And it seemed like when I'm just getting over here by these people, I just get tired. I get tired, y'all. I could walk pretty much all day, as long as my back ain't hurting. But running, ugh, nasty. No, I'm just playing. No offense to any runners. It's just a personal preference, honey. I just can't. It's too much stuff jiggling. I can't do it. When I was young, I used to like to run. I used to be a little tiny bit of fast when I was younger, but it wasn't nothing I wanted to carry on. When we just playing or it's like a little relay race on field day. Anything beyond that, count me out. Anyways, so I guess I could just sit here for a minute and do one video. But whatever this function is going to be all day. So I might just sit here and do a video, go home, and then, or go get something to eat or whatever and come back later. I be thinking about the ritualistic nature of sometimes sports. Anyways, somebody could be stealing. I was just reading something really quick because my Bible just popped open. We're still in Deuteronomy. I think that's what we're going to be in, 20. Okay. Um, but we keep skipping over it. And maybe it's something, like I said, I don't need to touch it right now. Even though I feel like whatever this is, it already happened. But I feel like, I don't know, it's the way that when the source show me something, if we skipping over it, then maybe it's not, because it's not nothing to mess with right now or whatever. Or it's something that has to go run its course and then we go back into it. We might go back into it another time, but right now we're in 24 and this is the various precepts. And I was noticing because I was like, I kept on getting the word slave, and then I'm like, okay, a slave. What? Why are you saying it like this? But then we got thief on top of the deck. So somebody might not be a slave. Somebody could be a thief. Thief Keef of somebody's Akashic records or somebody's um, intellectual property or intel, um, something like this. I'm a little nervous, y'all, about this nail because I feel like underneath the nail there is some skin pull. It could be some blood pooling up. I just don't want to get no gangrene or nothing. But I'm just keeping a close eye on it because I'm sure that the way that they pulled up like this and it's kind of swollen, there got to be some kind of bleeding or something going on the inside. And the nail polish is red. I barely ever get red nail polish, but I did this time. So, anyways, I was asking myself on my way over here, if I sit for a minute, what am I gonna do a reading on? But I guess the books just flew open, so I guess this is it. Okay. See, cleanliness in the camp. A lot of people is going to try to justify this as having a clean house, a clean car. My car is kind of messy right now. But really, this is like a hot, how somebody like, girl, you a hot mess. So these could be people that was poisoning the information that was coming in through our resources, our well, or something like this. Or, you see what I'm saying? Putting mess in there. Um, this could be also trying to, just because I would be a separate energy and I'm using cards doesn't mean that I should be numbered amongst them. This is somebody that's set apart. We're doing something different over here. It's kind of really personal here. It's like an unraveling. It's like because they block somebody's journey over here, we're digging up something or we're working on something very specific on this channel. So um, it could be people anywhere in the world, but that's only because they rooted or they came from where I came from. You see what I'm saying? It's not like I'm just like, oh, this could be about anybody. No, this is some shit that happened in a small town that spread out like a fungus or something throughout nations by these people running and hiding and taking and stealing and going. So, um, what it's saying is, You shall not hand over to his master. Now, whoever his is, okay? A slave who has taken refuge from him. So we could be talking about, like, okay, say that there's two masculines, okay? It could be saying, you shall not hand over his master over to his master, this person over here, okay? This could be, let's say this is one person. You shall not hand over to his master a slave who has taken refuge from him. So, or we could do it the other way around. His master from him. Somebody could be a seer. Somebody could be a oracle energy. This could be like an oracle or a holy grail kind of energy. Somebody could be like, oh shit, this person is seeing what we did that many years ago, and they run to another city. And what it's saying is, you know, you should not hand over to his master a slave who has taken refuge from him. Now, somebody could be running from a community where they find out the person in that community be stealing. Okay? And they could be trying to find out answers on how to stop this. Why is this going on? And they could run to this camp. Okay? We just using these two cards because they on the top and the bottom of the deck. All right? And then it says here, so let's just read it again. You shall not take over to his master a slave. Now, let's say the other way, the medium way that this could be. Okay. You should not take over to his master, like the person, a slave who has taken refuge from him. It still don't sound right for some reason like that with you. So we could be saying, oh, you can't hand over a person. If somebody run to you for help and they enslaved, you can't. Oh, fly. Okay. If somebody come running to you, don't hand them back to their owner. So somebody could be aiding and abetting. Now, in slave times, that might not have been legit. Somebody like, nah, nah, nah. What you mean? That's my property. Give my property back. Let's think about sports. One team to another. Let's just say some team is called the Trojans and some team is called the Wildcats. You see what I'm saying? If somebody get traded or they try to run over here to this team or something, you know, from that team, don't let them have to go back to that team if they was being mistreated or stolen from or ill-treated or something. All right, so let's read it all together now. All right, you shall not hand over to his master a slave who has been taken refuge from him with you. Now, one thing is the person had to be a slave. It didn't say a girlfriend. It didn't say a boyfriend. It didn't say a lover. It didn't say a spouse. It's not saying a peasant. It's not saying a worker. It's not saying somebody that's under a contract with you. It's saying a slave. And a slave could be somebody that also works for free or they work for a small amount. Okay. All right. And then they're saying, let him live with you. So some people could be telling you, oh, don't take this person back, blah, blah, blah. You know, what's trending now is tarot. So we have to dissect this in a way of thinking of it from that manner, in a sense. This is what's the rave here. So if somebody had to, I don't want to have to do it. I'm just doing it to the point where I like to do it. If I don't want to do it or don't feel comfortable or I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it. But this, let's just use this as an example because a lot of people are turning to tarot as another opening up of a spiritual guidance. Okay. Even though maybe they shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. All right. So it's saying, let him live with you wherever he chooses. Okay, now people could be having like trap houses and stuff, letting people live in it, something like this, but these could be other people's property that somebody is holding on to, and they just getting a new fluctuation of people in, and they're making their community bigger and bigger, or their cult, or their troublemakers bigger and bigger, and something could be being called to an end here. So again, that's like a state. Somebody run from Alaska, from Canada. Well, okay, that's the country. Okay, let's see. Somebody's run from Kansas to Kentucky. You know, this could also be if you under heavy persecution. Maybe if you in jail, and then you in jail in one place, and you get in trouble from there. You know, you want to transfer to another jail or something. Okay. It says, or this is like, we got the state of Illinois. You got Lake County, Cook County, all these other counties in there. So somebody could be running to another county here. Okay, a landlord or a lord could just be the governor or a mayor, or it can be some of these situations. This could be the way that these people are using it. Okay, especially in some of these places where people have disconnected or try to take groups of people and disconnect from the government or renege on their citizenship or something. So it's saying wherever he chooses in any of your communities that pleases him. Ooh, do not molest him. Now, molesting, that means maybe don't touch the person, don't manipulate stuff coming around this person, do not touch on their property, do not find out who this person is and what assets they have so you could touch on their assets, okay? This could be other things too. This could be how, like I told you, maybe these people actually intentionally, okay, tried to get me to not be somebody that would be 20, 30 years later in my community by making it very hard to want to live there because of the energy. You could they could have been using energy, they could have been using weapons to make me irritated about the place to leave so that these other people can start building something secretly while I was across the border, or while I was 30 minutes away from the hometown, or something like this. Now, this could also be a situation where, okay, these communities are all wrapped up. Say everywhere from Chicago to Milwaukee is wrapped up in one little world order. If these people were, and when I was in Kenosha County, and then we were having problems with our neighbor, but we also outgrew the home. It was our first home. It was very small, only 920 something square feet, and it was 6 of us in there already. So it was, the girls were growing up. We only had one bathroom, and so it was a problem with that too. And the neighbor was giving problems, and it just turned really bad. Okay, so we needed to move into another house. It was no question about it. But it's just the potentially where. I told you it took 4 years for us to find a new home after being in that home for years. Okay, my children started off like in kindergarten there. By the time we was moving, they was already in high school, like the last year of high school or something like this. Okay, by the time we moved out of that house. So that's like somebody, uh now say whatever community I'm in now in this Racine County, say that there was a masculine, a father, a feather, or another person from another generation. I mean, from another generation or something, that was waiting for me to grow up and for this day to come. This person lived in this area before me, and they had a home here. And when I moved here, I was supposed to go in that home, and so I could have a solid foundation, or secure foundation to, okay. But people put or say that there's some paperwork trickery in the house that I was living in. Say the house you living in, the house I'm living in now, actually was my house, but they had to make it seem like we were waiting for it to come open, and that's why it took us 4 years to find that house. And let's say that these people manipulated the paperwork, because they could have people in real estate. They could have people in all different other ordinances here. Now, let's just say that there's something about the house in the neighborhood that I live in, or the house that I'm in. Let's just say something like this, where the house comes with the territory. Okay, you're a part of a territory. The way that these people move is different. They may be living on land where there's family members buried on that land or something. They don't have to pay taxes. They don't have to pay taxes on their home. Let's just say it's some kind of organization like this. Somebody could be blaming you for ruining your solid foundation, but it's not you that gave your address out or leaked your personal information. It's other people that leaked your personal information. So like I told y'all before, even if somebody was like, if this was a secret society for people that were under judgment or under hunt, they just always get hunted down or whatever. And so they started to get smart about it and build them a grid. And when they found out who, once you get tossed through the mosh pit and they figure out where you fall, we got places for people like you. Come over here and stay in one of these houses. You know, people, everybody over here is the same. We don't do that kind of thing or whatever like this. It's something about the way something operates. Okay. So that would be crazy though. Because if the house was already yours, but they waited until you didn't claim the home or something, and then they put the house on the market, and so let's just say that would be a funny situation where then somebody bought, they liked this house, they bought it, but they didn't have to buy it because this house was already not even on the market. Somebody just decided to put it on the market to get something for it, but it was actually a part of an inheritance that you never knew that you had. So somebody go down and listen, like, damn, this is one of them houses that was on the inheritance. But while somebody was able to make money off of it, whether it's a mortgage company or something like this, they were doing that just to make you not be able to have something to home. Because if somebody give you a home, it don't matter. Listen, now that house was 920 square feet, and all of us was in there. We was about to kill each other, but the children, the older girls were about to be leaving high school. They were already graduating high school. If we would have stayed in that house for another 2 years, we would have survived. It just would have been three of us then. You get what I'm saying? If somebody told you, hey, this house is free. I mean, no, this was a part of an inheritance. You didn't even have to pay the house been paid off this whole time. Because I don't know why I was picking up on this. Don't have to be my situation, but somebody was paying the mortgage all the time. Oh, I got to pay the mortgage. But the mortgage money was just going into a secret account because the house was already paid for. It was one of these houses that somebody was being persecuted. Now, these would be your outsiders. These would people be your watchers or your eyes. They know when you're being persecuted. They may be, if somebody disconnected you from your frequency, these people could be people that cared about you and stuck around and tried to help you and tried to show you other ways to understand or try to use other things to get you to see. Okay. But I was picking up on somebody that did like a scam like that. They kept a secret that like a home was something, and it don't even have to be the home that you live in, but somebody was having people pay something, and it was going into an account. You was never paying a mortgage. The mortgage was already paid off. It was a part of an inheritance. So if somebody coming to you like, oh babe, I bought us a new house, come look at it. Come to find out that behind the scenes, these people was just like, oh, one of the houses from her estate or whatever that she doesn't know about is opened up. Just go, fill out the papers and stuff like this, make it look like that. But the house was already paid for. See, this could be even with a car. This could be with something else, but I was just getting something like that. And the best thing that I can associate it with was somebody lying about like a home or something or a piece of property or something. All right. So this could be also if you go into one of these communities and you don't know that it's a Stranger Things place. The people are not supposed to molest you or touch you or play with you or come in your house, steal stuff, leave stuff in disarray in your house, do strange things where you be like, well, I wonder if somebody was in here. Why I feel like somebody in my house or somebody been playing in my house. They was not supposed to do that. All right. Or again, they're not supposed to be siphoning from your Ace of Cups. So when you do get the solid foundation, your Ace of Cups could be full. Mine could be full 6 years, 7 years or something. When I get a solid foundation, then I'm able to take those things and apply them while I'm being levitating or being, what somebody would say, lost and turned out or falling down the hole like Alice, or you're trying to, you're stuck in the middle. Okay. You too high to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle. Okay. See, people was not supposed to be messing with your stuff. And I feel like this could be anti-Taurus mountains, like other giant people that's not Tauruses, because Tauruses do hold some type of power, especially on the so-called earthly realm. So it just made me wonder, like, if this is some kind of gang stalking or gang abuse or something like this. Because like I told you, if you move to a wayside of town where there's no gang violence, even if you came from a place where it doesn't matter where the fuck I came from. I came over here and paid a little bit extra money, so I don't got to deal with that shit. So why would you say that it's okay for these people to come out of their neighborhood and come over here and do the same thing to me when I paid extra money so I can move a little distance away from there and not have to deal with that shit? You mean to tell me just because I lived around gang members 20 years ago, they should be able to come harass me in my house right now if they find out that I'm living a decent life and I chose, to live in a nice neighborhood and, you know, things like this? That don't make no sense. Okay? So again, somebody could be saying, well, I'm not coming back home or something, but it's like, yeah, but you was never a slave. You was a concubine or you was something else, but you was not a slave. So then again, somebody could be trying to use these quotes or use this Bible scripture, but at the same time, you was not a slave. Could have been a worker. This is talking about slaves. This is people talking about people that maybe even just didn't never get paid for their services. So a celebrity or somebody or a reality TV star can't say that they're a slave because you don't like that you didn't get enough money for what you thought. No, you got paid though. There's some people that didn't birth children and never got paid for this. They thought they was in a marriage and they thought they was giving children to their person or their spouse, and come to find out that, you know, that's not the case. Somebody was producing these seed to give it to someone else. People that God cursed from having seed or having children. And so you trapped somebody or you deceived somebody that you was with, male or female, to be able to grab whatever it is from them to be able to produce and then give this to people that God already said can't produce. And I feel like man got involved and started trying to retaliate or trying to say, well then let's just hunt down God's children and make it like they can't populate. Okay? So be something like this. The underworld, yeah, somebody could have went and start building with somebody. They sad that they went and invested or got tricked to go into the underworld and invest their money. Now they looking stupid. Now they wish they do it and never took that leap of faith because all their money is in the grave or something like this. Okay. And then we have this energy here where now nobody's getting nothing. Or they could have just used somebody, use somebody's mind, skills. Somebody pulled people into the underground, show them what they know how to do, and then say, hey, we cannot build with you now. Now, we say the underworld or the underground or off the grid, but some of these people were smart enough in the entertainment industry to start to do a little off the grid kind of series and still come smile in our face on camera. But when the shit hit the fan or the grid drop, they gonna have something for themselves by using the energy of some of us. So we talk about underworld or the underworld kings or whatever like this, but you're not knowing that a lot of these people could be in reality TV. And reality TV is like, well, it was like the biggest thing that just came out since, I mean, it was after Hollywood, okay? Things started dropping down. Hollywood kind of fell off. They had to share the floor with reality TV stars. And then you take that, and now reality TV stars have to share the floor with YouTubers. We'd like to have a meeting over here by the finish line in a couple minutes, and you can make your way over here. Down by the finish line. The official time right now, cell phone time is 2:28. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. We got the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. So this could be talking about somebody could have went dauntless or jumped or something like this, or off the grid or something like this. But this was the wrong thing to do. Like, okay, it could have said go in any communities, but if the underworld might not be a community, do you see what I'm saying? Something is off. So this is like a complete and total blockage here. Damn. I mean, somebody could have been talking about only think about money and growth or something, and then now they're getting anything else but that. Like somebody get Nathan, nothing, or something. And a lot of these people, they're wanting to still spearhead something. They're not understanding that something has already changed. That whatever they've been able to do for the past 20, 40 years, that shit is coming to a grinding halt. It's no more. They acting like this is negotiation, like we negotiating with demons when we coming. This ain't what the thing is here. Again, somebody could have, I was thinking yesterday, I kept on seeing 3. Somebody could have some shit in the down deep. They could have something in the midst, and they can have something in the higher realms. So this could be, if it's your turn to rise to the occasion and be in the higher realms, somebody keep trying to push you in the middle, or keep you levitating, or keep you stuck in the middle, just whatever, floating or being pushed around. They don't want somebody to have feel like their feet are planted. This is like somebody that could try to make you could have felt like that all your life until you find out how the world really works, and you realize, wait, that's not the case. Okay, is this normal? Do everybody have to start over like this, or have a feeling like this? I don't have no problem with it, but it's just like, somebody's not giving me my resources to do this with. That's what do you, that don't even make no sense to me. So, somebody could be trying to stop you from going higher, or me, right? And if I'm able to think it, then I should be able to do it. And if my name is on that list, I should definitely be able to do it. But this, I'm telling you, this is somebody's personal problem with someone. And that's why I said the judges. So the judges like, oh, the judges of Judah, whatever, they'll never be able to return. So these could be Iranians as well. And then people are like, oh, we're never coming back home, because they think they done read something, but you done read it wrong. Somebody wasn't at home for these people in the first place. Then we get something like, yeah, but you're not going to be judged. You're not going to be able to, just like one of those things where it's like, well, you're never going to be able to work anywhere ever again, or this town. So it's like, you'll never be able to work and be a judge for anybody ever again, ever, anywhere. Nobody should want these people to be judges. This could be the demolishing or devastation of some judges, or this could be some people being disbarred. Okay? This can be people being disbarred. And it could be because they tried to keep somebody as a queen of wands, and they was siphoning from this person's cup, or saying, oh, you're just a whore, we can take what we want from you, you just give it up to anybody, or you giving information to anybody or something. This could be sexual or throat chakra or whatever ideas. Somebody thinks that that little stuff that you gave these people, like, it matters or something like this. I don't know. This is people thinking that you pouring out your soul to them online, instead of this is just old news that's kind of like, I don't know, pieces to puzzles or something like this. This is like you finding a piece to a puzzle. Somebody was about to crumble it up and put the 2,000 piece puzzle away because that one piece was missing. They kept it on the table for a week or two. Like, damn, I just wish I could find that one piece. And every time you walk past that puzzle, you pissed off because you can't find that piece. And then somebody be like, what's this stuck to the bottom of my shoe? It's like, oh my God, that's my puzzle piece. And then you just like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, goodness gracious. The shit been sitting here for a month on the table. And now I got the one piece that I was missing. You know? Um, yeah, we got the Ace of Pentacles here. So something is definitely divided. Something is like, just release. It's over. Psst, forget this. Don't even worry about it. Move on. Just, you ain't the person. Da, 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 da. And then there's another sector here that's like, wait, don't give up. The race is almost, you're almost to the finish line. So it's two different energies here. All right. Something is already split. That's just all I can say. It's a fly that keeps coming in here. This could also be somebody wanting to take a lesser position. Again, Queen of Wands. These people feel like they feel like they can confiscate you from Empress, or me from Empress, or something like this. I'm not stepping down from it. I ain't even get to test it out yet. We've been playing with the title. We ain't got not the existence. Okay, yeah, somebody's manipulating something. Somebody could also be showing out. I'm saying, if I'm a fountain, this would be the only reason why government or higher ups will be recording my interactions with people. If I was just a regular person, nobody would be doing that. So the fountain is separate from anything else in this Bible, too. So it's kind of like whatever if you're talking about regular women in the neighborhood or something, or the well would be different. It's set apart. Yeah, you might be able to go to other sources or whatever, but you're going to be thirsting again. Jesus said, if you come to this well, now this didn't have to be Jesus. This could be a liar. It could be a fake Jesus, a manipulator that showed somebody. It could be a Judas. Shit, Jesus could have had a doppelganger. And somebody is a Judas here. And they showed where is the well that people can drink from. It was not Jesus. Jesus could actually very much be the well. Somebody manipulated something here. Because do you see what I'm saying? Or this is like somebody that'd be standing in front of you. Remember that lady on Boomerang where she's like, this pussy. You know what I'm saying? This is a cup. This could be even a girl in town saying, girl, please. My man don't need no not women. He be up in this, and that's all he need. And he don't need nothing else after when he having this. Okay? This could be that. Like, or this heart, or this mind. If me and you are in this thing together, and we're in this something, you don't need to work with. If me and you doing business together, and this is something we both agreed to doing, and I told you that I'm down with it, and I researched it, and I said, hey, we can do this. You don't need to have a third party telling you what to do about our business. Once you drink from this cup, or we put our minds together, you don't need nobody else's mind coming in and doing whatever this is. This could be how somebody could be speaking, but somebody didn't listen to that. They went here. This damn fly is about to get on my nerves. They went there, to a group or a council of people, a network of people, a web of people. Okay. Somebody went there. This man could be a harlot. His mama, his sister, your cousin, your mama, your sister. They could have went to Hollywood. They could have went to Spain. They could have went to France. They could have been to London. They could have went to UK. They could have went all these places. They could have went to other 7 nations to see what this is about this thing that this person kept you so low and stuck in the mud all this time. What is this dream that I had? Don't this look like that in the Bible? What's this dream? I went to all these people. Can't none of them tell me what about this dream that I had. Soothsayers. Oh, honey, don't worry about it. Oh, you could come slide up in here. Or this is somebody that don't want to have children, or didn't at one point in time. It's like, don't worry about it. All of us have hysterectomies. You can, this the nut bush too. Okay, because the person can nut in here, nothing is going to be produced. That's why these women is so they want this person. Now this person could have been treating this person nice because they still was connected to some kind of roots, or they could still produce. But now these women is so jealous of this person because there's something coming from this person but these could be people that treat the people that don't give them. Say this person have a baby, it's worth $50 million. These women can't do that no more. But they're giving this person advice on how to handle this person. But this is where all the money is coming from. You know? It could be something like that. And this person kept listening to these people, but they don't produce even what this one little person over here produced. This is where all the production is coming from. This is where the Purple Mountains Majesty is. This is where the flow is. This is where little some shit is growing. This reminds me of a pumpkin. Okay? And then you have this. So somebody could have thought like the more the merrier. Somebody's name could be Mary. They even could have put, this person got the Ace of Cups now, remember? This Queen. So they said, oh, you know what? Make it, go back to when this person was a fountain and they was freely going and being fruitful and multiplying in the garden. And try to make it like this person was a trick or a whore. Oh, this person making you feel bad online, be what they saying, they hurting your feelings. Oh. But this person, like I said, this person a harlot anyways, because he was already dealing with these people that somebody could call on these people to go online and, you know, try to make this person look bad here. But this is the Ace of Cups. That's her Ace of Cups. The reason why these people could even be seers or something is because this man used to dabble around with this person, probably had this person stuck in the mud all this time, and this person is a, you know, it's a creation of a fountain. It can't be a fountain because God only made one, remember? These people can't handle the fact that a fountain was a girl maybe once. I don't know. So they can't have a woman being confident and standing in her energy. What they're going to do, try to ruin the person's reputation or something like this. This really got something to do with some male people's ego. And this caught them by surprise as the way that the future is going with this order of things, okay? In some situation now. So again, if somebody stole something from you, that's not a slave no more. That's not a slave no more. Somebody stole something from you and ran to somebody else. Now you aiding and abetting a criminal. King of Pentacles in reverse. And these people is molesting this person. Him, her. They could be trying to think it's where it says him. See how she got that square jawline? It didn't say that you can't molest it if it's a girl. And maybe this person say, well, I'm not going to molest the person, or I'm not going to manipulate something. But why don't y'all go over there and do something? So somebody put these women on this person. Whatever this is to make something less valuable than it actually is. Let's see if this King of Pentacles is this same. Getting something about, somebody's like, it don't have to be over. Something does have to end here, though. Some people have to end here. Some people have to be what they wanted somebody else to be, because you're being something that you were never supposed to be. This could be wealthy. This could be the upon thy belly you shall go. A whole bunch of serpents walking around here with some legs. And they got to get back on their belly, back in the pit. Not supposed to have them damn legs in the first place. He's just over here doing this, walking around, sneaking around, biting people or whatever. But again, something ain't over anyway. It just might be over with this person. The King of Pentacles. Somebody could be a struggling something. Okay, this could be you or me. Somebody could be trying to flip the script where this will be you or me, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I was also hearing it's ride or die, not snitch and cry. And I said, some of you bitches just riding dumb, okay? And you still gonna die. It's something like this, okay? So somebody is whatever this is, okay? All right, so now we're getting somewhere, okay? So now they're telling me to shut up and get back into the thing. So something is not over. Somebody's right is not over, all right? And we have there shall there shall be no temple. Hold on. I don't know what happened, but we need to put the glasses. Okay. There shall be no temple harlot. Now, in the harlot, it says they use this for women a lot, but actually, it's funny. It says men. A harlot is a man that does these things or something like this. And then if you read the definition fully, you might get a woman. It starts talking about a small part where, or it's a woman with whatever, but mainly it's talking about men. Okay. Like I said, these could be Houdini husbands, Houdini people, skinwalkers. They don't have something planted. They're just jumping around. People that split personality, split or something like this. Okay. Um, uh, People that live a double life. Stuff like this. No, there should be no temple harlot among the Israelite women. Okay. This could also be a way of a man trying to tell you what kind of friends you got so that they can keep you to themselves and tell you what to do instead of you listening to your girlfriends. Is this the way, or taking little girls away from their mother early on? And so she can say, mother, I thought that the relationship was between a male and a female. But these Israelite people could be breeding them, telling them, no, girl, you better shut up. And when he get another wife, then you don't have nothing to say, and da 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 da. Well, some of these little girls could be the ones that come from these families with money. And this third generation, the motherfuckers still don't know that you got money. You don't know that you come from wealth still. And these people been able to piggyback off of your wealth without letting you know about it through some janky marriage that you maybe didn't even agree to, that somebody put you in from the outside in order to carry their whole family, a whole team, a whole tribe, a whole clan, a whole whatever, clique, a whole circle, a whole ring. So when they be like, government money is paying for, taxpayers' money is paying for this, this, and that. And so it says, among the Israelite women, nor a temple prostitute among the Israelite men. So these could be men that also are hyper function on a lot of other things, not just the Bible and family or something. They're in these other secret societies or in other organizations that's going to lead their steps, or the what is it? The tax paper clauses. Can't remember what it's called. That state that you're putting law or man or tax or whatever this is above God. Okay. All right. Can't remember. Damn, I used to always say this paperwork all the time. And I forget. Okay. So it says, you shall not offer a harlot's fee or a dog's price. Now, this could be how I told you these people be living and got the nerves to live in the house with you because they don't have nowhere else to go. And then they make a pot roast and they try to get you with the Jacob and Esau. That one was out there hunting and he know how to kill and get meat. And the other one didn't know how to get meat and he was so hungry. He said, please let me get some of your stuff. And they said, give me your birthright. But this could be people that don't have the mental capacity to search or see something some kind of way. And so they sit at your tarot card table. Say they sit in front of my channel. You see what I'm saying? And wait for breadcrumbs to drop and scraps to drop at my table. I'm just talking about the shit. I may not even wrap my head around what I just said yet. But these people will sit around and listen to what I'm saying. And then go and try to find out if they can find out what bank, what people to talk to, who can we find out about this particular money or something. So get your shit straight is what I'm saying. It's a lot of people showing up now. I'm probably gonna leave and come back. Um, yeah, I feel like people just ear hustling too. Okay, and then it says you should not offer a harlot's fee for a dog at any price. So this can also be people that's uh, claiming like, oh, you owe me. Somebody be like, oh yeah, oh you said I heard you say you needed $5. I got $5 you can borrow until tomorrow. But what they doing is putting on some crazy interest, like they know about your money tree or they know you about your trust fund, and they gonna go to somebody behind your back tomorrow and be like, I gave that person $5 yesterday. Now tack on make it that they gotta pay me $5,000 back. And then the person like, yeah, say 5,000, and then they could go to the person that's in charge of the trust or the conservatorship, and then go and take $5,000 out of the account. So this could be the dog prices, or like I said, you know what I'm saying, like, or like I told you, these things where it's like, oh well, give me your birthright. These could be how these people operate. Okay. And it also says, of any kind of votive offering in the house of the Lord. This could be a candle, a votive, again, like votive candle. So this could be this candle magic or something like this. It says, your God, both these things are an abomination to the Lord your God. So it's kind of specific here. Let's see. All right. Because over here it's going to go on to say, it says you should not demand interest from your countrymen. Now it didn't say people from foreign lands, but it says to your countrymen on a loan of money. So this could be again how like some of these big families or elite families started up by operating on this level here. All right. So it said, do not give a country to your countrymen, or this is like me, you starting a bank or a family bank or something like this, or you're a family of bankers, and the way that y'all borrow money from each other is different. You're supposed to be charging the other people outside of the family unit this extra stuff, not the people in the family that can actually pay the money back that y'all trying to build this with. And you should not be letting nobody off, but you know what I'm saying to a certain extent here, not just because it's family or something, but you guys have come up with a clause. You all put this much money in, something is going this way, all right? Um, you should not let them, but I'm just saying during the founding of the thing. When we're not talking about after the foundation is secure, then you got to find some other, you got to go to another bank, and then they gonna charge you interest or something. You can't come do that same thing. But if we're building a foundation here, there may be some things that we have to do with money. Chuck might have had $10,000 more, and we all kind of know that, and whatever. But then now the foundation is solid. Now we gotta, if we want money from the bank, nigga, we gotta probably, you know do the same thing. We have to put interest on it to make sure that we got a cushion or something. So if this all falls down, that money is back. You know, we just have to do it that way. Like nobody don't have to touch this money. We can keep track of it. It could go to a different account. But I know it's saying this in the Bible here, but let's not put it in that account. Let's not charge each other right there. But we can put this to the side or something like this. Okay, so that just as a safety measure. Okay. Um, and it says on a loan of money or for food or for anything else. Now this could be also something about food stamps or something, or taking advantage of this shit here. Because I think there's no tax on like food stamp food or something like this, I think. But we're not giving the food stamps to the Americans. We're giving the food stamps to the people that's minorities or migratory people, because all migrants ain't coming from Mexico or somewhere else. Some of these people are the people that have been, they're like they're the birds, and they've been flocking around here. Um, they've been flocking around here doing these type of scams and shit like this on people, taking their inheritance and stuff. There's different type of birds, okay? Buzzards, vultures, crows, chickens, peacocks. You see? All right? Because it's saying here something that there'll be no court, there'll be no gestures, no no men that go up and down or that are indecisive here. Okay? They go up and down, they're indecisive. Gestures. I think these are harlots as well. Okay? People that they don't, they're going up and down. People could be leaving you limited with information, so it seems like you're one of these people. But that is just because you don't have all the information. Okay? So I think that was for the definition for a harlot. Okay? You shall not violate the rights of the alien or of the orphan, nor take the clothes of a widow as a pledge. Okay? So, like, what did I say? Somebody said, "Oh, you have clothing," or if a widow has been not getting what they're getting from their husband because their husband is dead or they can't afford it or something, and somebody is try to judge you off of what clothing you have on your back instead of what you have mentally or something with this Ace of Cups or this Holy Grail to offer. Now, this could be when people started finding out that they can siphon the information from you. Okay? Some people could be around you, laying up in your house or next door to you, and they're siphoning information so they can solve crimes that could have happened to you a long time ago. Some people could be manipulating it overnight and hurry up and try to get those crimes out of there so that they don't get caught for them and maybe plot and say that you did these crimes. It's a lot of shit that's going on here. But we already picked up the other day, if somebody was on autopilot or if somebody was not plugged into something, you cannot be held accountable. There will be a handler or something that will be accountable for these type of extraterrestrial things that you will be able to do. Okay? Um, Somebody is supposed to bring somebody something. This is when you're gonna be looking victorious. This is supposed to have been brought to you. Somebody could have been obsessed with keeping this away from you. Or somebody is obsessed with you winning now because they seen what type of shit these people was on. The victory. No, somebody's obsessed with stopping this. Somebody want to give you something. They're going to say, yeah, give this person some money. Or they might be saying, yeah, I gave Sally McIntyre some money yesterday. Now let's see what she do with it. But you didn't really give it to Sally McIntyre. You gave it to Alicia Sissons. Okay, Session. You gave it to Alicia Session. And she went and took that money somewhere. Somebody's obsessed. It's like somebody knows exactly what you're about to do with this money and how prosperous it's going to be. And they do not want this to happen. Because look, somebody like, if I can't have you, nobody can. Somebody want these chains, this ball and chains on your neck. And now somebody's aware of this. Somebody is caught up now. Got you feeling it caught up. And this person is being drained of their energy. They could be having somebody else already draining. And they seeing that they're not prosperous by draining that person of their energy. Or by having this person be a hoe or a vagabond or something like this. Something is backfiring. Okay? This could be your time to disconnect from something, run, flee, or something. Because they thought that they had something and these people gave you you know what to kiss. But that's just not the case. They're going to have to give the job back to whoever it is that it was belonging to in the first place or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll finish this back at the house.